Class is in session, this is the show where knowledge is profit, just so you know. Army Piper, OC Guy, and TradeFly, bringing crypto news to the whole alumni. It's the word on the market, the one-stop shop for the info you need every time that it drops. The go-to show that you need right now. This is Piper Academy, it's all going down, let's go.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Piper Academy. I am your host, Army Piper. I'm back home here. Sorry for the late delay today. This is the jet lag edition of the Piper Academy. We've got a lot of stuff lined up for you today. Going to be taking a look at where Bitcoin's sitting at currently above $70,000 right now, and Ethereum over $3,500 But meme coins, that is today's topic. There's some dog-eat-dog wars going on out there. All that and a lot more today right here on Piper Academy. Classes in session. What's up, everybody? Welcome back. I am home from vacation. I'm glad to be back here with you guys. I missed the alumni. I missed the studio. Back here in the Academy studio is always a great thing and a great place to be. But yeah, we got a lot of stuff to go over today. Markets are closed today as far as TradeFly. So all of the stock bros can't trade anything. But what can they trade? They can trade crypto. And so that's what they're going to be doing right here. They're going to be watching over here to see if there's anything that they need to trade. If you guys are getting anything out of this, hit that like button, hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell. Get notified every time we go live, every Monday through Friday, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let's go ahead and jump in here. Bring in my bros. What's up, TradeFly? What's up, OC Guy? You guys, I'm home. I'm home, guys. It's a good thing.
Dude, it's good to have you back, baby. Man, tell you what, it's a little stressful being in your position. So I get to kind of chillax now, relax, and get over to the chat. Say what's up to some people. I got Trade Intuition in here. He said first. He beat my man Jay. Sorry, bro. You were snoozing today. Arson246, Alexander G, the best moderator in the house. Jay, I did send you some pictures of cinnamon butter last night in the Discord. Hope you appreciated that.
I saw that.
he hates cinnamon butter. That's why I did it. Harp, what's going on? Eric Wallen, my man. Blackie Chan. Crux of Crypto, as always, lurking in the background. It was awesome having him on the show. That was one of my faves. Redman, how you doing, man? Haven't seen you in a minute. ZTS Rhythm, Zach, working it in the background. You know, can't do it without him. C90 for the win. And that is it. Over to OC.
OC,
what is up, guys?
I see you. I see you moved out of your big, fancy, nice house, and you moved into a whole other region. So, what's up, bro?
Not much. Just had to do some traveling. Also had had a doctor's appointment. Everything just going smoothly. Yesterday was a crazy day. Nonetheless, everything just falling into place. Right. So thank you also, guys, for being so lovely here. And guys, remember, I know it's a little bit early, but smash that like button. And if you haven't, get your coffee ready, because right here it's pretty chilly.
Yep, there's all that. Got all that. Yeah, today's show, guys, brought to you by Legendary Aviation Coffee over there. And guys, it's almost April 1st. April 15th is coming before you know it. If you guys still haven't done your taxes yet, check out decrypted.tax. Ernest over there is going to give you guys a free consultation, tell you guys what it's looking like and, you know, what he can do for you. And then if you decide to use the services, you'll get 25% off using the link down below. So you guys should check it out. It's decrypted.tax. Also, don't forget, you guys can get 45% off Chart Prime if you guys want the best indicators in the market. I love it. I love it. And I got a great show. Guys, did you know that a major thing is happening that just happened today? Today it happened. Actually, it would have been yesterday because TradeFly is closed today because it's the end of the month. Did you guys know that something major just happened?
Well, I can tell you what's major happening for me. I'm checking out of the hotel today. No.
Oh, are you? You done with the hotel life?
I'm so excited. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Nice.
But yeah.
No. A major thing happened with Bitcoin. Major thing happened with Bitcoin yesterday. If you guys don't know about it, it might be proof to the methodology that Bitcoin pre-halving retracements may be over.
Oh,
just saying.
Okay.
Just saying. We're going to be taking a look at that article. If you guys want to know more about that, you guys need to stick around for the news section. We're going to be getting into that article here in just a second. OC, so you're on vacation now. I took a vacation. Now you're on vacation. What's going on with your vacay, man? I talked all about mine. I went to the Virgin Islands and I got sunburnt. I spent a lot of money, and then I had the nightmare trip home yesterday because I was supposed to fly from St. Thomas to Miami and then get on a plane in Miami to fly to DFW, stay overnight at DFW, take an early flight out to El Paso. I actually ended up getting delayed 3 times, so much in St. Thomas that I missed my connecting flight in Miami because they are behind from all of the weather that they had. The next flight available was leaving out the next morning out of Miami and then fly into Dallas and then catching a flight there. So I had to stay overnight in Miami, cancel my overnight stay that I already had scheduled in DFW. And all of this has told me out of the past 4 trips that I have taken, to include ZTS's ticket when we went to Disney, to Orlando and Universal, is that out of 4 trips, 3 of them had either had cancellations or delays. And all 3 of those out of 4 were American Airlines. The one that had none was Delta. So I am never taking American Airlines again. They have proven themselves to be the far inferior product in the airlines world. And if I am not flying if I ever had a choice to fly American or no other airline at all, I am going to dish out the money to have TradeFly fly me where I need to go. That's all there is to it. So there you go, TradeFly. And if the next 2 bull markets happen the way that they need to happen, I might hire you as my private pilot. There you go. OC, tell us about.
Say no more. Say no more.
Say no more. OC, tell us about your vacation. Where are you at right now, bro?
Well, my vacation haven't officially started. In fact, it's supposed to be just only a weekend, right? But I did plan out for not missing yesterday's class and neither YouTube. But that basically wasn't not an option at the end of the trip because I tried to plan for leaving at, I believe, 3-4 in the morning, getting to the airport, having those planes, so on and so forth. But also I needed to confirm some medical appointments. So we get to the airport, we travel, we get to the destination. Then I needed to go to get some x-rays, get the x-rays readed, get my medical thing cleared out. And after that, I mean, it was basically already too late. Also, something that happened to us is that we were planning to stay throughout the airport because the medical center was right next to it, so we wouldn't have to move out of the airport. I mean, so bad, right? But the thing is that we had planned to go join into the launch key areas, launch key VIP areas, which they can take care of your luggage and stuff. So we were pretty much, we had it all figured out. But at the end, it seems like the bank did not activate our entrances for the VIP thing, and we had to, like, figure things as we go. And yeah, I mean, shit happens, right? So it was a mess. Nonetheless, I did enjoy it. I mean, I did, just so you know, guys, I do snore a lot, so I didn't care. And I actually slept throughout the flights because I did not give an S. So I was so tired. Yeah.
So what I'm hearing is
in the plane,
what I'm hearing is vacations are a pain in the ass. Just stay home, grind, make money. That's what I heard. All right, let's get into some news, guys. I got a lot of news to get into today, so we're going to jump into all of this. Guys, welcome to the Daily News. We're back here. If you don't know, the Daily News brought to you by Decrypted.tax. Like I told you guys, get a free consultation and jump over there and talk to Ernest. You got about 17 days, guys. Time's ticking. All right, let's jump in here. Take a look at the news. Fear and Greed Index today, guys, sitting right now at a beautiful 79 in extreme greed still. We're below 80, but I would like to see this a little bit lower, but we might have a reason to be this bullish. Let's jump into the crypto bubbles here. Take a look on the daily right now with Hat. DOGWIFHAT sitting right there at 16.1. TIA is up 9.1. Stacks is up 6.5. Litecoin is up 10.6. A lot of green sitting here on the chart. Let's slide down here to take a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin down for the day right now, but making it up on the hourly right now. Ethereum down for the daily, making it up on the hourly. BNB up 5.2% here. Let's see what else. What do we got here for big movers? Cardano 1.7, almost a stable coin. Toncoin up 1.9, but pumping good in the past hour. We're getting a lot of market movements, and the reason for that is we had some economic data come out today, so we're going to be taking a look at that in 1 second. Any other big movers here? Filecoin up 8.2%. That's not bad at all. And then what is there? Right there. DOGWIFHAT. 16%, guys. It has now moved up 5 positions to number 39. It is moving. So also, little thing about DOGWIFHAT that you may want to know, it's moved up on the list. You guys saw the thumbnail. That would have to do with an article coming up. We're going to talk about where these meme coins are positioning themselves against each other. And Doge, meme, and Shiba Inu all seem to be having a dog wars over there, man. Let's go ahead and take a look at the liquidations here. On the liquidations, in the past 24 hours, there were 53,759 traders liquidated. Total liquidations coming in at a cool $112 million. Largest single liquidation order happened on OKX. It was Ethereum, valued at $1.24 million. That is what we have for liquidations there. Jumping over, this is why we're getting some market movement. I know, I just blinded everyone with all of this brilliance of this white screen. I'm sorry, they don't have a dark screen available for this. Core PCE came in as expected on forecast and the consensus here. We're going to jump into X.com. He actually breaks this down a little bit more for us. But on personal spending, guys, personal spending, people are spending. They're spending money. Why is that? Because inflation, most likely. Let's jump over here, take a look, and see what Kabisi Letter says about this report today. There we go. Breaking the, can you get back? Thank you. February PCE inflation, the Fed's preferred inflation measure rises 2.5% in line with expectations of 2.5%. Core PCE inflation was 2.8% in line with the expectations of 2.8%. Now we have officially have rising CPI, PPI, and PCE inflation. Higher for longer is back. And I got to tell you, we're going to talk about this in a second, but I'm not going to be horribly upset if we do higher for longer, and I'll tell you why. Core PCE came in at 0.3% in line with the consensus forecast, but it's still very high. Q4 2023, this indicator averaged about 0.15 per month. So far in Q1 2024, it's averaging 0.4. So it's actually up considerable there, and I just wanted to bring that into your guys' perspective so that you could see what we're seeing there on that PCE and why that matters. But the markets are getting a movement today off of it. So let's jump over and talk about that for a minute, and then we'll get into some news. Let's go back to Trio Cam. So core PCE pumping. Why does Piper want to stay higher for longer? It's greed purposes, guys. It's because I want the markets to make some money for us. That's why we're here. When we have he said, do tell, Piper. ZTS, I'm telling right now. When we have rate cuts after a long period of rate hikes, we typically get market pullbacks. And I've showed this chart numerous times. I can pull it up again if anybody wants to see it in the chat. But going back over like 100 years, every time that we've had rate cuts, the markets do pullback. And they can be as high as 30 to 50%. What would a 30 to 50% pullback in the TradeFly markets look like for crypto? Let's talk about that for a second. And I want to hear TradeFly and OC's perception on this, because my thinking is if we stay higher for longer, that means we stay away from that dreaded historical traditional pull back in markets that we get when that happens. TradeFly, what do you got? What's your thoughts?
Well, I guess you just dislike America. I guess that's why you want the inflation to stay up for so long, because not everyone is invested as heavily as some of us with their capital in investments, in stocks, in crypto. I would say probably the average person has a lot less exposure than we do to these assets. So it's wrecking them. We are in a fortunate position when you really look at it. And we have that money, in those assets that is continually growing up. But what are you going to do with the information that you just gave the people, right? So if you know that when they're going to actually cut rates, you probably know it's time to take profits. It's time to scale back. It's maybe time to just sit back and wait and take a conservative approach and let things kind of settle out. So like you have that knowledge, you have that baseline of like, okay, like I know I can change, my approach at this point. And, hopefully people are taking that on. That's kind of why we talk about the news and the economic calendars and those impacts as well. But yeah, man, overall, like we don't want inflation to continue. And like when you see that number, and Kabisi kind of pointed it out, of we're actually paying more, than like at a crazy rate. Like what did it say it was at? 3.8, and it was supposed to be at
It was 2.8. It was 2.8.
It was supposed to be at 2
Yeah.
point something. Yeah. So like, and he said that increase was like exponentially higher than expected. So, that's bad. Like, I don't think people digested that. That's bad.
I do want to point out, I do want rate cuts to happen eventually. I just don't want them to be, we were originally scheduled for 8 rate cuts in 2024.
Yeah.
It is now down to 3. It is now down to 3. And I think all of those come later in the year. I don't want to see those too early, because too early, I think has 2 effects. 1, we get the traditional pullback in markets. 2, if we still have high inflation and they start rate cuts too soon, we're going to go nuts on inflation. So that on top of market pullbacks, you think it's painful now, it would get really painful to be able to afford anything. If they cut rates too much, I think that a 0.25 basis, a 25 basis point cut, a 0.25% pullback on the rate would actually equate to like a 1% plus inflation. So it's not going to get any easier if we cut too soon. I want it longer, higher for longer. I want that to happen.
Yeah.
OC, what's your thoughts on it, bro? You're muted.
Thank you. I heard that you're moving to Russia. That's what TradeFly said for some reason. No, I'm just kidding. So,
Jeez.
No, I mean,
I'm not swinging, man.
think that you're completely. Yeah, I'm just swinging every way I can. Right? Sorry, guys. So, just to make
give this man a vacation and he loses his mind.
Oh well, I'm still missing my tinfoil hat. We have a new one here. Hopefully, it does fit.
Oh yeah, there it is, man.
In the meantime,
that's awesome.
Oh God, make that a meme coin, please. Let OC with
guy with flat.
There you go, OC with hat. There you go.
I love it. I love it. OC with cat. That's what it is. It's OC with cat. There we go. Go ahead. Sorry.
Sorry. Going back in track. I do believe that we're going to be seeing not actually a drop, but I do also think that not the higher that we stay, the longer we're going to be stay out of that drop. But what I do believe that as long as we see it ranging, that will be actually being a little bit more safer of what you were mentioning, right? I mean, and based on that, I do think that we're doing great on the crypto space. As long as we keep pushing on that direction, we still have some drops between none more than 30%. We could be handling whatever might be happening. And I do see a bright future, especially because we're getting to the halving event. And that, if everything goes well, and we don't have that black swan, well, that will be very, very fantastic for everything for the crypto space.
Yep, absolutely. I just saw a comment from Lunar Beaches Crypto. Shout out to David over there, Lunar Beaches. He said, don't forget the Baltimore bridge collapse is sure to increase inflation also. Absolutely great point. And speaking of Lunar Beaches, guys, he has got 283 subscribers. He's going to be doing a 300 Caspa giveaway when he reaches 300 subs. So there you go. If you guys are not following him yet, Alexander G, if you could drop us LBC link down there in the chat, that would be great. I would appreciate it. Or ZTS.
She'll be doing work.
Oh, okay. Well, the ZTS, if you can drop a link down there for Lunar Beaches in the chat, that would be great. But yeah, guys, go give him a follow. When he hits 300, he's going to be giving away 300 Caspa. So that's pretty cool. Talking about inflation and what could have an impact, guys, let's talk about this right here. This article came out from Kabisi Letter. It said, breaking, the Country Garden wants once one of China's largest real estate developers, has delayed reporting for their 2023 results. The delay will likely result in a suspension of its stock trading on April 2nd. So this could have an effect, and let's talk about why that is. He gives a pretty good breakdown here on it. Can I hit more? There we go. And let's bring that in so you guys can see the words. He said, in October, Country Gardens failed to make a debt payment after apartment sales dropped. That words lines, please. Told you guys, I got jet lag. I'm like 2 hours different from where I've been at for 10 days. Country Garden said sales have come under remarkable pressure and we're down 44% in the first 9 months of 2023. In September, Country Gardens sales plummeted 81% to just 846 million. So China real estate, guys, if they miss this, if they miss if they miss these earnings and they don't delay or they don't release their reports, then on April 2nd, their stock will be suspended under Chinese trading laws. And then that's going to be a massive ripple coming across the markets there too. So China and us, we got a lot in common when it comes to one of us getting the cold and the other one catching the flu from it. So that is what we have going on with Kabisi letter there. I just wanted to bring that up and let you guys know that. And then we got other articles. We're going to talk about those in a bit here. But I want to jump back over. So do you guys think April 2nd, that's going to be Tuesday. Are we going to see anything come off of this that is going to be a ripple effect into the U.S. markets on top of our rising inflation that we just saw? Do you think next week is going to be bloody for the markets if that happens?
There is always that potential because of the two economies. China and the US are pretty closely correlated. I mean, we depend on each other for import, exports, and then stuff when we start getting into services and goods and real estate. You know, we've kind of already talked about some of the investments where, you know, we invest over there. I'll say us on a lesser extent. China is actually really big on real estate, and they actually invest over here quite a bit more than we do over there. But yeah, man, I could totally see it having an impact or an effect on the market because we got to remember too, crypto, if we're going to talk crypto specifically, that's worldwide, baby. All right.
Global.
So like that's
Global.
Yeah, it does. If anyone's economy goes down, that can have an impact on crypto. So yeah, definitely could see something.
Cool. Would you guys need some bullish news? Because I gave a lot of bearish news this morning. Would you guys like some bullish news?
Yeah, thanks.
Okay.
Please, can I have some pick me up, please? I would appreciate that.
All right. I'm going to give you guys some bullish news here. So Bitcoin trades above 69K right now, currently coming in at 70,400 right now. We'll get ready to look at that chart. Bitcoin is trading above 69K following the largest quarterly options expiry in history. Now, if you guys don't know, these futures or options for Bitcoin, they every quarter that people predict if it's going to be high or low. The largest amount of volume and quarterly options just expired yesterday. And because of this, Bitcoin remained above that key $69,000 mark following the quarterly expiry event, suggesting that the pre-halving retracement may be over. Let's jump into this article here and talk about it for a second. The Bitcoin price remained above 69K. We have experienced the largest options expiration in history for Bybit and Deribit. As well, people may roll over or unwind their hedging positions during the expiration time, and the action of unwinding may have small impact on price movement in the very short term. Typically, what we see is we will see a lot of sell-off that causes these things to dump. And that means that we still have selling pressure. We didn't have that. That because of that action that we saw with the expirations in the open interest not bringing us down to max pain, which would have been $51,000, by the way. There's your liquidation line there, TradeFly, that you keep pointing at. That was the max pain. We did not even try to go hit it. This means that in that case, we very likely have seen the end of the massive pullbacks for pre-halving. Doesn't mean that we won't have the typical 30% that we get in the bull run. But pre-halving pullback, we may have played out that retracement. So that's bullish. So there's your bullish news for the day. Thoughts on that, and then let's get into the chart.
Hey, you know, I'm always here to squash that. I told you that liquidity is still sitting at 50,500 or so. So
all right, let's jump over. Let's look at your liquidation chart. You got it up?
Oh, I don't have it up right now. Let me pull it up though. But hey, special shout out. We got it is Piano Matty B in the chat. He's actually got a pretty cool channel. I don't know if you guys have seen that before, but it's pretty.
I love Piano Matty B.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. Like the take he does, it's very creative, and just want to give him a little shout out. Thanks for being in the chat, man. Definitely appreciate you showing up here. Crypto Billy's in the house as well. Hey, he's the GOAT. Tuesday nights, man. If you're not there, you're not doing it right. So just want to give a couple shout outs there. Mad love to you guys.
Yeah, well, if you're, I'll tell you, everyone knows Piano Matty B for all of his Bitcoin musical talent that he loves to do for charting. I've never seen anyone do TA and play a piano while he's doing it. That's true
it's
talent.
Pretty cool, actually.
But if you really want to see something cool, go to his YouTube channel and follow him live on Friday and Saturday nights when he does dueling pianos. It's pretty awesome.
Right
and we already got the link in there right now for from Dave Digital for Piano Matty B. So go check him out. Yeah, he does dueling pianos on Friday and Saturday nights. It's a pretty good party. So let's jump over and check out the chart real fast, and then we'll jump into your liquidation chart, guys. Just to see where we are with Bitcoin right now. We are holding pretty darn good in our golden pocket channel here on the Wallen chart. Going back, if you guys haven't seen this is my Fibonacci channels. I said watch out for us to come down and test this trend line. I'm going to go ahead and hide this trend line for now because I don't know that this trend line is in play. Could be at some point later, but we are holding good inside that golden pocket there. Right now, sitting at about 70,447. Let's look at the 4-hour chart. You can see here we got a nice little wedge pattern coming in here. There's a nice little trend line coming in right there, giving us some support. So be watching for that to hold. If we break below that, then again, I do think that we would be heading down to the 786, sitting here on the point of control on this fixed range volume profile. We do have a line coming in right here, a volume node coming in at about 68,500. That could keep us from getting too low there. But right now, where we are is sitting right below this little volume node right there. That bad boy right there. We break that, we're going up to 71,000. That's 71,500, giving us a $1,000 bump up there on that volume node. But yeah, if we hold this line for today, guys, it's going to be looking like we're heading to the value area high. That would be at 72,666. If we break that, be watching for, again, that volume node coming in at 68.5, and then ultimately, if we break that point of control, if we do get it up there to that value area high and get a rejection off that point of control, is typically where we will head to. So that's what I'm going to be watching there. TradeFly, is kick it over to you. Let's check out your liquidation chart, and then let's get into some of these coins, because I want to get into these meme coins and talk about those today, because we got some news on them, some very strange news on Shiba Inu and KuCoin. So stick around for that. What you got there?
All right. So this is the area I'm talking about. I've been talking about it for probably a couple weeks now, but right around 50,000, in the area about 50,400. You got a lot of money sitting here. Now you got to zoom out. This is on the 3-month for the liquidation heat map, just so you know. But look, that's the hot spot. So do not be surprised if at some point we come down to retest this area, because like I said, when you got billions of dollars sitting here in liquidity, the maker wants to get his at some point. It would make sense before the halving for that to happen, but just keep an eye on this area. I've already told you, I have a long entry already set up, ready to go, just waiting for this. If it happens, I'm looking pretty, right? If it doesn't happen, no big deal. I'll just set up a different entry, but just pointing that area out to you. We will look at the 3-day real quick just to get a little bit closer. Ooh, we are building up some heat, baby. All right, so you got two big areas here. All right, right above 72K, and then right around
which is the value area high.
Yeah,
that 72K is value area high. Yeah, so that's good.
That would make sense. So don't be surprised if we see a wick right now. It's funny, you can see the range based on where we're at. So I mean, I wish I could say like one of these areas was hotter than the other. It looks like the downside is actually a little bit hotter. So
while you have that up there, while you have that up there, while you have that up, that value area high is coming in at 72.6.
So there you go, right there, which would clear out all of this liquidity.
Yeah, and then that retracement back to the platinum pocket and the point of control is going to be 67,300.
That's funny how it all lines up, right? That would clear out this liquidity right here.
Clean it all
there you
out.
go.
Let's go. So
There
there you go.
man. Hey, quick
All
look
right.
at DXY. I'll keep it really short,
Yeah,
but
go
just
for
to
it,
let
bro.
you know, we're at an important area. So 104. We've looked at DXY over and over again. You can see all the hits in this area. This is just a very significant area. I just want to let you know, want to point it out. You guys know the inverse correlation, right? So if this thing continues to press up, that opens the door for a pullback. Not saying it will. It's not a direct correlation, but it does open up the door for a pullback on BTC or the crypto market as a whole. And then if we get a rejection here and this moves down, guess what that opens up? So keep an eye on the DXY. So if we get a rejection here, then you can look for that move up. So maybe that's where they go visit that liquidity on the liquidation heat map. There you go. I got it out. Words. It's a thing. All right. Back over to Piper.
All right, let's get into these two headlines, and then we'll get into the charts because I think these are going to be relevant for what we're going to look at. So, guys, Shiba Inu, mysterious 1.4 trillion SHIB was sent to KuCoin in the middle of this legal storm that they're going through. Everyone should know. A lot of FUD on KuCoin been coming out. SEC and all kinds of other stuff. People talking about get your money off there. And amidst all of this, get your money off of KuCoin talk, 1.4 trillion SHIB was sent over there. Let's jump down here. Anonymous well moved over a trillion SHIB to KuCoin while others are withdrawing their crypto. It says here, let's get down to it. According to a recent Twitter X post published by prominent crypto tracker Well Alert, approximately an hour ago, an astonishing amount of SHIB, which exceeded a whopping trillion meme coins, deposited over there. The latter is currently under fire from the U.S. Department of Justice. So they've been doing some naughty stuff over there with sanctions, violating sanctions. So while users have been withdrawing their crypto from this charged trading platform, including tremendous amounts of Shiba Inu, the mysterious well moved $43.5 million worth of SHIB over there. The aforementioned data source tweeted that a whopping, and you can see it there, big numbers, 1.4 trillion there. The latter has made headlines. Yep, that's a repeat. I think in both cases, however, the initiator of these mammoth-sized transactions was KuCoin itself, according to the additional data by Arkham Intelligence and Etherscan. So I'm not sure what is going on over there. Evidently, the wallets belong to KuCoin, but why are they moving all of the SHIB instead of stable coins or something like that? I don't know. It's an interesting topic there, but we're going to be taking a look at SHIB on that. And then lastly here, guys, DOGWIFHAT takes the third spot in the meme coin rankings by market cap. So Solana-based meme coin DOGWIFHAT experienced a significant surge this week, overtaking Pepe to become the third largest meme coin by market capitalization. The DOGWIFHAT meme token has outranked Pepe, which had a market cap around 3.3 billion. With now has a market cap of 3.6 billion, following Shiba Inu's 18.2. And then lastly, that rounds out off top with Doge. So there you go, guys. That is really interesting to see all of these meme coins pushing each other around to get up in these spots. But the choice of KuCoin moving Shiba Inu into their accounts for all that money instead of something else is a little intriguing. I would like to know why. What are your guys' thoughts on that? Then we'll jump into the chart. Maybe kick off with one of those meme coins. That's 16% up today. OC, what do you got, man?
Well, I don't know, especially talking about the brokers. Lately, this one that you just mentioned has been just playing out very, I don't know. I'm not 100% into it, but a little bit shady to say the least. Not withdrawals, not movements, not positions canceled. I've been seeing all over the place, and now with this movement, I don't know. I don't think that it's going to be a measured thing, but that is the kind of things that I don't like to see in an exchange, right? I mean, not getting their users what they are allowed to do, and then pushing maybe some meme coins. So that leads me to believe that they might be needing that liquidity to be used somewhere else. And they're just, I mean, I understand they're building into their ecosystem, but that is what breaks the trust, right? I mean, there's so many ways to do this the right way. And yes, I think that they're aiming for the meme coin, especially because all of the FOMO that might be happening in I mean, not right now, but in the near future. But I don't know. I just don't like it. But yeah, I mean, just throwing it back to you guys. What do you think, TradeFly?
Yeah, no, we've already talked about it, and I told you guys I moved my money off of KuCoin probably about a year ago, and that was just when it started with New York State actually going after KuCoin. The minute that entered the equation, I was out. So I look for those little signs. This is just for further validation that you should move your money off of that particular exchange. Like I said, it's like playing whack-a-mole. You just find the next exchange until that one gets hit, or there's someone's coming after that, and you move it again. Because that's usually how people are going to play their degen plays, right? You take that small bit of capital, you get into those tokens that you can't get, on Coinbase or some of the major exchanges. You got to go to those smaller guys, or the ones that have like those mass, like the smaller cap coins. And KuCoin is one of those places where you can find those. So, I would just move my money. I would let this play out. And then give it some time. If everything is kosher, then you can always put some capital back on a KuCoin. But for the time being, the safe bet, just move it off. Move it off. Find something else, somewhere else to buy your small caps and your meme tokens that you like.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's jump over here. I've got DOGWIFHAT up here, and then we'll just kick it on down the line here. OC gets something lined up. TradeFly gets something lined up. But I'm going to take a look at WIF here. Let's go ahead and turn on the power of Chart Prime. And then we'll do some fibs here too. This is going back here to a very short time period. Do I have something else with WIF on it that has more history? Anybody know in the chat? Let me know if there's a better chart than Binance's right now with USDT, because it does not look like it's got very, very long history here.
You might try something. Does Bing X have one?
Oh, here we go. Bybit's got a good history here. There we go. We're good. All right, so you can see here, we do have a nice bounce right here and a test here on the lower trade band of predictive ranges. There's our delta median there. There's our top trade band. We do tend, once we break into that, we do tend to trade between these lines here. So getting that bounce there and getting that support on that is very cool. You can also see it was previous resistance. So we got a support line there also for trend, and then we've also got a predictive range from the power of Chart Prime. We do have an overbought here, and we did get the downtrend arrow, so this does look like it should be pulling back right now, especially with the RSI. But with this only getting this pullback to the support level, I'm going to be watching it close today. You can see on this 4-hour candle, there was an attempt to sell off, and then it was bought right back up today. So DOGWIFHAT getting a lot of buying pressure to outpower these sellers. And then also we have a trend line running down here, long running trend line. It goes all the way back to, let's see here, back to about February, end of February there. So over a month now, we've had this trend line that's been bouncing on. That trend line going to be coming in right on top of the dynamic reactor also down here on this lowest support band. So if we do lose that trade bar, that gold bar of the predictive ranges, look for us to come down here and test this level coming in at about 275. That would also give us a trend line coming in that level if it took a little bit of time to get down there. And that dynamic reactor giving us a 3-point of confluence support range, 275. That's what I would be watching for WIF right there on the chart for the 4 hours. So let's kick it over to OC, see what OC's got, and then we'll just start on down the line. Guys, let us know in the chat what you would like to see on some TA. We'll try to get it in. We got about 21 minutes, so let's go.
Perfect. Let's go. So let me just go back into the base analysis on what we were talking about. Remember that I also mentioned that as long as we stay between the 30% retracement area, we're going to be fine. That 30% retracement area, let me just show you where does that get us to, because I don't want you guys to get alarmed, right? But if we start seeing that 30%, that get us somewhere around the 50K, the 49K, right? So we still in that liquidity zone that TradeFly was talking about, right? So as long as we see that oscillating range, and if we take a look,
we lost OC. TradeFly, are you ready? Well, until he comes back in.
Yeah, man. Let's take a look at Matic.
Oh, he's back. He's back. Hold on.
All right.
Thanks.
There he is.
All right. Perfect.
Carry on, OC.
Thank you. We'll try to move fast. All right. So basically, that 30% retracement is going to be right in the vicinity of where TradeFly is looking at his entries. I already have a couple of options, a couple of positions open there. So do not make the mistake of thinking that we are not possibly getting there, right? Just be prepared. Remember, a smart trader is a prepared trader. Let me also go back very quickly to gold, because we were looking at gold and we knew, or we had the speculation that the possibilities were to break to the upside. And right now we're breaking to the upside. At this point, I'm looking for a retracement for a pullback, and then that will be my secondary entry as for a possible entry. I'm looking at a retracement somewhere around 2,214. And to finalize my section here and just go over it, I'm going to be just calling out Crypto Archie, because that relates to Lunar Beach's crypto. Because Crypto Archie 24 hours ago, he mentioned don't underestimate CAS. All right, he know what he's talking about. He actually was giving out the signal of CAS when it was a couple of cents. It blew out, and he still believed that it's going to be pumping up. So Lunar Beach's crypto, he's giving he's doing that giveaway of CAS. So be on top of it, because you might get a good return on that investment. We also see that that we have ALGO called out on the chat. I'm gonna wrap it up with this one. And I know it's a little bit scrambled, but I wanted to show you guys that we've been right on top of those analysis, and we've been playing out very nicely. Just look at these 3 arrows here before I remove everything. Okay, everything's gone. And those arrows point at this channel in here. All right, and this other section in here, we are right now getting to the dash resistance, which is the most important dash resistance, right, on the charts. But we are also very bullish, and the consolidation, it is telling me that we are about to break the consolidation. What consolidation? This consolidation. So look at my oscillator here. As soon as I have break up that zero line on the flip of the ribbon, I believe that we could be having a big wick in here, and this will be most likely higher than 45-degree angle. So expect some retracement like this one, like long retracement, or not retracement at all when we start breaking these areas. Let's also just look at, just in case everything goes the other way around. Remember, smart trader is a prepared trader, right? So in case it goes down, the next area of support will be in this channel between 0.24 and 0.22. All right, if we break out, retest, off we go. I will be entering for the retest at 0.28 on ALGO. So that's what I got, guys. I want to throw it back to you, and that's it.
Awesome. Let's jump over to TradeFly, see what TradeFly's got.
Cool, man. I got a render up on the daily. So just taking a look at this, I mean, this looks really, really nice. It had a nice slow climb up, and then it finally made its move up, cooled off a little bit, had some consolidation right here over the 6.62 area. All right, so that was an area that we're actually looking for, and it looks like we got a bounce off of that. Didn't really talk about it recently, but obviously an area I keyed on because that line's been there for quite some time. So we got a bounce off of that area, and then we moved up again, right? So it basically just looks like it's kind of doing a formation of like, all right, we'll do a little bull flag here, kind of a bull pennant, and you know, the next move could be up again if the narrative stays good. I'm gonna give you an area to look at though. I can't really give you much of a high side target, only because we're getting to that point right now that if you go back on the charts, I don't have anything left to look at, right? So we're
There's no history.
Yeah, the history doesn't go back that far, right? So you know my game. That's one of my biggest things. I love to go back left on the chart, and where did I find these significant areas of support and resistance? Where did I see a big breakdown? I don't have that to work with. So what am I going to do? Short term, I'm going to look at where do we find some sort of support here in this formation itself. You found support right around the $10 mark. All right, so the $10 mark, if it does happen to pull back, then you could be looking somewhere around here to see if it flips this area of resistance into support. Let me go ahead and draw that for you. So somewhere around 8.2, and then that's an obvious area of support. But, this is the area that I would key in on, right? So if you're looking to go long potentially on render at this point, I would say that's kind of a sketchy proposition. I don't know that I would necessarily do it after this significant move up and right. You're going to have to take a look at the rest of the market, see how that's trending before I would be comfortable with that. Honestly, I would personally wait for some sort of retracement for it to come back and test these areas. I would want to see some of these moving averages kind of catch up. I would like to see the dynamic reactor get up here a little bit so we can really have, a little bit more solid, like fundamental, like reason why we would enter into a long position. Because right now, this isn't a good enough reason for me after such a big push up. So it looks great. If you're in it, if you're invested, don't be scared. Don't, good job being in render, because I'm assuming like you didn't just get into it. But let's look at the weekly. Nah, actually the weekly is probably straight up, but daily, looking at the prime oscillator RSI, that is trending down. But look, you can see that's coming with these movements. So it comes up, we cool off a little bit, RSI pulls back. Come up, cools off a little bit, RSI pulls back. So what do you guys want to see, right? You want to see this start to bend up again, right? That's what you're gonna be looking for, that right there. That's what you want to see, and you'll see that right there. You get the twist of the ribbon, as OC likes to talk about, and then high side. I'd say in the short term here. Sorry about that. High side in the short term here. I don't know if I would really buy into that. That's probably a little bit of FOMO, but definitely would be looking somewhere at around the 12.6 area. Hopefully you form a range. So that would probably be one of the big things I'll look for. I'm going to make this red here. You want to see it kind of get into a range here. That would give you a little bit more of a warm and fuzzy that you'll get that continuation to the upside, resetting the RSI. And then once you actually break, you'd like to see a retest before it takes off. But when you see that retest, you're probably going to have to go down to a shorter time frame. You probably have to look at like a 4-hour or an hourly before you make that move. So that's what I'm seeing on render. If you're in, good job. Don't be scared. You could lock in profits at this point. Don't be scared of that either. Wait for that retracement, get back in. Kind of depends on how you like to play the game.
Sweet. Awesome. Let's shout out to Trade Intuition. He said, if you guys are enjoying this, TA, drop a 1 in the chat. Shout out to you, bro. We need to get you on the show. Now that I'm back home, we're back to the normal MO over here. We need to get you back in here, get you on the show again. Also, we had a poll go up, guys, and it said, it's about SBF. It said, is 20 to 25 years sufficient enough for SBS prison sentence? And you guys had voted. 57% of you said no, he needs more time. So I agree 100% on that. Let's jump over into my chart. We had a request for CleanSpark and Tesla. I'm going to jump in these stocks real fast, especially on CleanSpark because I'm seeing something on there. And then we have a request for Adam Fetch Floki. So that's what we have. We'll see what we have time for. It was Fetch, Floki, and then Adam in that order when they were requested. So if you guys want to grab one of those, just chat it out. You guys talk about it in the Discord chat. We'll figure it out. Let's jump over here. Jump into CleanSpark, guys. CleanSpark had a massive pullback here. It could not get through on the 4-hour chart through that delta median of the predictive ranges. That was the pullback point that we had. We also had a bearish divergence that printed back here on it. This one here was orange. That would make it a hidden. This was an actual bearish divergence that printed here. And from that line, we rejected that back down. That was also the 1-to-1 of the previous high. How far back does this go? I am talking. Please don't raise your hand at me. It's all the way back here at November 2021 that pushed down there. And then we had a pullback from that point. If we look at where we are right now, we broke through. We tried to hold the 887 here at $21 for the platinum pocket, and then we punched down through that, wicked all the way down to the dynamic reactor on the 4-hour, guys, and then pulled back up to the 786. Now, what I want to point out to everyone is that if I look at the aftermarket data on my Robinhood app, there was a aftermarket sell-off of 9.1% that is not on this chart yet. So there was another 9.1% sell-off, probably bringing it. Let's go ahead and just look and see where this was when the markets closed. And then let's just go do a 9.1% down. That's going to be back here to this dynamic reactor again. I am feeling a couple of things here, and I hate using the word how I feel about data because emotions don't belong in there. But based on what I'm seeing, I have a feeling that we are going to go down and visit the golden pocket in 22 to 16.14, just because of the sell-off pressure that is coming. That would come back and retest this very strong bottom levels that we have here in the golden pocket. And that would also give us a nice refresh here on the Prime Oscillator Pro and take us down below the 30. You can see here before, historically, we have had really sharp pullbacks here, getting as low as 11 on the RSI primed. So looking at that relative strength index from the RSI primed, we would be able to cool off down there with that, getting us down into here. And then that would also push, like I said, our Oscillator Pro back down into a nice cool zone. That would be the level that I would look to get into some more clean spark if you guys are looking to get any of that. Let's jump over to Tesla and take a look at Tesla, because it has not been doing the greatest. I moved it somewhere. Let me just go here and find it again. Tesla, not a crypto. There we go. NASDAQ, and then let's grab that and bring it up here to see what we're seeing here. It's down in the golden pocket right now, guys. Look for, we're continuing to make lower lows, and we are in a channel right now. Let's go over here and grab a channel tool, parallel channel. We're going to run it up through there and then bring it down to there. Let's see. Can I do it? Can you do it? There we go. We're below that channel. We're breaking out of that channel. Typically, a rising channel will break to the downside. I would be watching for this to come back and hit the level of 168.95. That would be the bottom of the golden pocket. If we're going to do that, might as well come down and test that trade band of the predictive ranges, because if I bring it in here, you guys can see that was our support level here. That was also our rejection level here. There is your trade band of the predictive ranges. There's your delta median right there. So looking at that and what I'm seeing on this chart, I do think we have more downside coming for Tesla. It is not a buy for me yet, in my opinion. We still need to cool off quite a bit here on the RSI and on the Oscillator Pro. Look for that level again to be that one that 0.66 at 168.95, and then we have that lower trade band coming in at 162. That would be a nice range to come back and test, in my opinion, on Tesla. Let's kick it over to OC and let's jump in to some more TA.
Absolutely. Taking over here, let's take a look at FET and then Ethereum for Luna Beach crypto. So we have the previous analysis here. We were looking at a possible bull flag. It did break out. Nonetheless, we broke below the zero line. We had a fake out. We did a bearish divergence and finally break back down. Bullish divergence, and how that movement is just being a little bit crazy right now. So let me clear this up and let's figure out where we are right at this point. We hover onto the dynamic reactor, beautiful dynamic reactor, catching those big movements. There we go. Also adding to that flip of the ribbon with a bullish divergence, we have a beautiful movement. And right now it's not about the breakout, it's about the retest. We are pretty bullish and we are moving strongly within the trend. So what else am I going to be looking at? Well, at this area, I'm almost done for a setup of an entry, right? This is not financial advice. You need to do your own due diligence. At this area, at 3.13, looks very nice to add that entry. Let me figure out if it's good enough. For doing that, let's just start adding my indicators and drawing my spaghetti. So one line there. Let me just get rid of that. I'm also going to be drawing this other 3 lines, just in case they're worth it. There we go. Another soft, and soft. All right. So I think the spaghetti is going to be well served. And we have another one in here, predictive range, another one in here. Yeah. Well deserved for me also, that clash, right? And finally, let me see if I have anything else. Seems to be very much online. So let me now draw and separate my areas, my regions. At this point, I have my very first area here. My secondary area will be, I will say, somewhere around there. And in the middle, I have these other 2, but that will be depending on the flip of the ribbon, because we are making a triple divergence with a peak seeker, which indicates me that I might be having a maybe weak down and then bounce. But again, because of the peak seeker, I'll be a little bit cautious, especially because look at the compression of those clouds, right? I will be looking for the flip of the ribbon at support for a re-entry. Are we still on a bullish trend? Yes, we are. Before, the breakout will be the dynamic reactor. If we break the dynamic reactor, we could be considering exiting off that bullish position. But right now, we are bullish, and bullish entry, I'll be looking. Entry points will be right here at 3.02 and also in between 2.7 and 2.5. Remember, flip of the ribbon at support will be the key. And on Ethereum, look at that daily prediction. We were looking at this area of support breakthrough, going to this next area of support, V-shaped recovery, and then flipping back down. This flip back down was already half broken, so it went a little bit higher. We are still below the dynamic reaction. Oh, sorry, below the zero line in here. So we need to wait for a breakout. I believe that we could be having a breakout if we can conserve a low consolidation score at this zone. This is also important because we could be into a dead cat bounce, and that is because we are below the zero line. Let me go to the 4 hour to have a cleaner picture here to see where can we be pinpointing that movement. And look at that, we are still bearish on trend, although we are above dynamic reactor, but still making those lower lows and higher highs. So we're making a symmetrical triangle or a bullish pennant. Again, it will be decisive to see where our oscillator take us. So far, everything is pointing out that we could be having a breakout to the downside, and that will be aligned to the dead cat bounce. Nonetheless, let me just wrap it up with adding some support and resistance. We are on a high order block, but we have a little bit more resistance at the top. If we break up, I will be waiting for a retest and a re-entry at 3,600 for a continuation. If we break down, I'll be entering as soon as my high order block disappears. So that will be for me. That will be it for me. I'll be at just 2 alerts in here to let me know exactly when we're breaking through and having a re-entry, because I already have bought Ethereum and I'm waiting for a possible re-entry. So that's what I got, guys. Throwing it back to you.
Awesome. TradeFly, what you got, bro?
Cool, man. I'll be quick. It looks like we're running up on time, man. Time flies when you're having fun. So I'm going to give you a couple quick areas to look at on ICP. And you can see that this Fibonacci retracement tool here is lining up pretty nice right now. We're finding support here at 382 that lines up with previous resistance. And what I was talking about yesterday was seeing 2 touch points, and then we want to come down to the prime oscillator RSI. And what we wanted to see was this. This is what I drew yesterday. What we actually got was this, which shows me that there's not a lot of strength here right now. So I would be very cautious in this area. What I am a little more excited about is right here in the golden pocket. You come back here, look, you can see there's a lot of price action in this area. You see the dynamic reactor, you see the 200 SMA on the 4 hour, all lining up right here. What did I do? I right click on my chart prime, the dynamic reactor. This is why you need this thing. And I set an alert. So when it actually touches the dynamic reactor, what's gonna happen? I'm gonna get an alert, and that's going to be a potential area for an entry for me on ICP. So I would be looking somewhere around 14.6 as an area for potential entry on ICP. Not saying it's going to pull there, but you know how I play the game. I wait for it to come to me. That's what I'm looking at on ICP.
Awesome. Yeah, real fast here, guys. This is to leave you guys with a little bit of hopium for the weekend. Bitcoin to attract $1 trillion from institutions amid this raging bull run market here. Guys, if we just add in $1 trillion to our typical bull run market, that's going to put Bitcoin on par for an astronomical run on this cycle. So keep all that in mind. This weekend, it's good. Today's Good Friday. We got Easter on Sunday. Markets are closed today. Just enjoy some time with your family, touch some grass, and enjoy your weekend. At the end of the day, as this guy says on here, keep calm and take the long view. That's what we're all here for in crypto. So looking pretty decent right now. Nothing horrible going on in the charts. I think that it's going to be a pretty calm weekend. But along with that calmness can come the opportunity for a very quick volume spike, some volatility. Just be careful. Be careful. That's what I got. TradeFly OC, what you got for the people today before we wrap it out here, guys?
Hey, as always, I appreciate you guys being here. It's always awesome mixing it up in the chat. And, you know, I just love having the team here. So it's my happy place in the morning. It's the way I love to start the day off. It's like having my coffee and friends all together in an hour. It's dope. So with that, you guys have a great day, and we will see you on Monday.
Yes, sir. OC, what you got?
Very quick, guys. A quick reminder. Thank you so much for joining today. Click that like button because if you do, the gas in your truck goes slightly beat up. Don't believe me? Try it out. Click that like button and let's go take a look at the next server. So turning it back to you, Army Piper.
Let's do it. All right, guys. That's what we got today for a show. We appreciate you guys being here, joining us on Piper Academy. We will be back here Monday morning, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, bringing you guys the news, the charts, and the markets, and everything you need to have knowledge, because knowledge is profit. Until then, guys, spend some time with your families. That's it. Spend some time with your families. And you don't get a lot of time with them. So every chance you get, use a stop loss on that time with your family. You got to make up for it. You can't lose it. You can't lose it. We'll catch you guys Monday.
I don't know what they keep telling me. I don't know what they keep telling me. Ain't no school like Piper Academy. Ain't no school like Piper Academy. We'll keep that front line covered, even when we're dead and gone. We'll find a way to keep going, cause we gon' keep on rolling up the wheels fall low. I know you hungry for knowledge, that's profit appetite. Classes in session, this for the Army Piper acolytes. TradeFly, get the soul train ready. What a line from OCI, from a Mexican spaghetti, yo. Crunch crypto with a deep dive to reject dime. And if you like the visual powered by Tar Prime, then you will part of that alumni, that's all spine. But if you have step, fall back to offline. We'll keep that front line covered, even when we're dead and gone. We'll find a way to keep going, cause we gon' keep on rolling up the wheels fall low. Sound off to get with them, the ZTS rhythm. Rip it, Alexandra.
Yeah, that's my alumni, you know what I mean.
That was awesome, dude!